Hello dear friends, welcome to one more episode of ESL with Mode Americanoid, where we use English and the Bible for information and transformation. It's for your head and for your heart. Today's episode deals with a problem that many students of mine ask me to pay attention and call their attention about it. It's about pronunciation. Accent. You can have different accents. You can have a British accent, you can have an American, a Canadian accent, an Australian, a South African accent, an Indian accent, or a Brazilian accent. That's not the problem. The problem is pronouncing the words in a way that other people speaking English can understand you clearly. Well, for example, in Brazil we have many words that were imported from English, like performance, service, Skype, YouTube, home office, etc. And what happens when it is imported into Portuguese, into Brazil? We put an E sound at the end of those words. Portuguese is a very sweet and tender language, and so everything has an E sound. So performance, performance-y, office, office-y, etc., etc. So forget about it. Let us pronounce the words correctly. Repeat. Performance. Not performance-y. Performance. Right. Office. Office. Home office. Home office. Link the word. Very good. Skype. Not Skype. Skype. Okay. Service. Self-service. Self-service? No. Self-service. Self-service. YouTube. Not YouTube. You see the difference. Also, there is an overcorrection when people are speaking in English, that they think they are pronouncing correctly and they mispronounce the word. A classical example that I heard today was, iTunes. iTunes, right? The music audio provider from Apple, the store, iTunes store. The student said iTunes, iTunes. It's not tons, it's iTunes. So you have to, and how are you going to know when to pronounce a word in one way or another? By observing. Language you learn through your eyes and through your ears as well. So keep your senses open. And the Bible also brings information about pronunciation. Can you believe it? Even though it was originally written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek, it, when translated, brings ideas about pronunciation, because in those days also pronunciation was an issue. In the book of Judges, it's in the Old Testament, Judges chapter 12, verse 6 says the following. They said, all right, say Shibboleth. If he said Shibboleth because he could not pronounce the word correctly, maybe he would pronounce Shibboleth. They seized him and killed him at the fords of the Jordan. 42,000 Ephraimites were killed at that time. Just to sum up this story, it's like this. In those days, Israel was not united yet as a kingdom. Each tribe had its own laws and legislation. And there was a war between two tribes in the west side of the Jordan River, the east side. The west side was Ephraim. The east side was Gilead, with Gad and those tribes. They had a war. And the Ephraimites, when they fought with the Gileadites, they were defeated, but they had a pronunciation difference. And so when they were trying to return to their land, to escape the victors, they had a password to say. They had to say Shibboleth. And if they pronounced it Shibboleth, and did you hear how many people? Yes, 42,000 people were killed just because they couldn't pronounce the word correctly. They mispronounced the words. So pay attention. Next time you think that you're gonna mispronounce a word, listen, look up in your dictionary to see the pronunciation. Now there are many apps that you can use to listen to the word and get it right. And you're going to improve not only your English, but also your life. See you around. Bye!